Blessed land richly endowed with precious gold, glittering gemstones and fertile soil that nurture life, and while toxic pollutants from these unlawful activities seep into and contaminate our vital rivers, streams and water sources, posing severe risks to humans, wildlife and entire ecosystems. It is on this note that the Taraba State Governor, Dr. Agbuke First, constituted the Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force to regulate the illegal mining activities. Legal mining conducted responsibly under strict regulations unlocks myriad benefits for Taraba State. Legal mining creates much needed jobs, empowering youths and families, catalyzes infrastructure development as mining revenues help build vital schools where children learn bright futures, construct hospitals where citizens access quality healthcare, and improve roads enhancing connectivity. Therefore, a crucial clarion call resounds across Taraba, especially to our revered traditional and religious leaders who custodially lead communities and different faiths to rise magnanimously to this environmental challenge. We urgently appeal to traditional and religious leaders to sensitize their subjects diligently about the grave dangers of illegal mining, educate them on benefits of legal mining, and crucially blow the whistle courageously whenever illegal mining activities are spotted in villages, towns, or rural areas to this number 080-6608-1020. Do not be found wanting. Tarabans, let's join hands resolutely saying a loud and clear no to illegal mining while championing legal sustainable mining practices. Let us zealously protect Taraba's land, for it is truly our invaluable.
Good evening, viewers. I'm Bridget James, welcoming you to News at 9 p.m. on Sun TV. This broadcast is coming to you live from Jalingo. This is the Pulse of the Nation. We bring only the stories that matter. Stay with us on Facebook at Sun TV and on YouTube at Sun TV Live. Here are tonight's major headlines. Residents across Anambra engage in last-minute shopping and travel ahead of Saturday's governorship election. The Wike-aligned PDP faction appointed Senator Mao Ohabunwa as Board of Trustee Chairman and Honorable Isa Dansidi as Secretary. The German government approved the second phase of a project to strengthen Nigerians' chambers of commerce and expand youth skill development on the international news, Cameroon's 92-year-old president, Paul Biya, was sworn in for an 8th term. Business news. One Accra Fund reaffirmed its commitment to Kwara State by providing quality seeds, fertilizer, credit, and modern agricultural training. Entertainment news. American rapper Kanye West, legally known as Ye, has apologized to the Jewish community for past anti-Semitic remark. Sport news. Football star Cristiano Ronaldo has explained his absence from the funeral of late teammate Diego Jota. And now the news in full. Residents across Anambra engage in last-minute shopping and travel ahead of Saturday's governorship election. Major markets and motor parks in Onitsha, Akwa, Newi, and nearby cities were crowded as people stocked essentials and traveled to voting locations. Fuel station, ATMs, and POS points experienced long queue while hotels were fully booked. Security presence was heightened. Residents expressed hope for a peaceful, free, and credible election. Akwa and surroundings areas were under tight security ahead of the November 8th Anambra governorship election. Security personnel were stationed at key points, with movement near INEC headquarters redirected. Authorities confirmed 60,000 security personnel deployed across 5,720 polling units, while some residents feared the heavy presence might discourage turnout. Others said it ensured safety. INEC reported 98.8% PVC collection, reassuring voters of preparedness for a smooth and credible poll. INEC has begun distributing sensitive election materials to all 21 local government areas in Anambra State ahead of Saturday's governorship poll. The party agents and security officials oversaw logistics to ensure transparency. Police deployment increased to 55,000 to protect voters and staff, with 2.8 million registered voters, 98.8% PVC collection, and 5,718 polling units ready. INEC assured neutrality. Yoga Africa highlighted 6 potential hotspots and local government areas, warned that the turnout could fall below 20%. The Taraba State Independent Electoral Commission has commenced distributing electoral materials for upcoming local government elections. Chairman Dr. Philip Doe assured stakeholders that logistics were in place for credible polls. The National Orientation Agency's Zachary Mohammed Kashimu urged voters to participate responsibly. Citizens and political actors were called on to maintain peace and cooperate for smooth voting. Some TV correspondent completes the report.
Mission has begun distributing electoral materials to all 16 local government areas ahead of Saturday's local government chairmanship and councillorship election. At the Commission's headquarters, trucks were seen being loaded with both sensitive and non-sensitive materials for dispatch. Speaking to the press, Chairman Taraba Said Dr. Philip Due said all logistical arrangements are in place. The Commission is committed to conducting free, fair, and credible elections for the people of Taraba State. Meanwhile, State Director, National Orientation Agency, Zachary Mohammed Kasimu, has appealed to voters to take full responsibilities for shaping their community's future through active participations at the polls. He said civic participation is the foundation of democracy. Therefore, he encouraged all eligible voters to come out and vote peacefully, responsibly, and with a sense of ownership. The public, political actors, and supporters are urged to maintain peace before, during, and after voting to avoid actions that could disrupt the exercise and to cooperate with officials on duty. With confidence high and preparations nearly committed, Tarabans are encouraged to turn out en masses on Saturday and make their voices heard through the ballot. Lilian Yakubu, reporting for Some TV.
The Wike-aligned PDP faction appointed Senator Mao Ohabuwa as Board of Trustee Chairman and Honorable Isa Dansidi as Secretary, replacing Senators Adolphus Wabara and Ahmed McCarthy. The faction emphasized neutrality and integrity amidst internal crisis. The board urged members to uphold unity, respect, and adherence to Nigeria's constitution, electoral act, and party rules. Meanwhile, Mo State Chairman reaffirms loyalty to the Magung-led NWC and pledged support for the upcoming Ibadan Convention. The People's Democratic Party continued losing political relevance ahead of 2027 election, declining from 31st governorship in 2007 to 13 in 2023. Analysts and party members advocate urgent reform to prevent further weakening. Dr. Phillips Omoiza Salau, founding member and former National Director of Finance, is emerging as a potential unifying figure. His TR agenda, reconciliation, restructuring, and restoration, is viewed as a strategy to rebuild internal trust, strengthen the organization, and restore public confidence. Former President Goodluck Jonathan described his rise from deputy governor to president within 4 years as a political miracle, attributing it to God's grace. Speaking at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Lagos, during a book presentation by former presidential spokesperson Reuben Abati, he shared reflections on his career. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo praised Obati's commitment to truth, dignitaries from politics, media, and civil society attended, emphasizing Jonathan's journey as a model of faith and perseverance. The Benue State chapter of the MACBAN called on authorities to intervene over attacks on Fulani herders in Oshimini local government area. Chairman Adro Muhammad alleged that Awule community members and the Benue Volunteers Guard burned settlements, killed livestock, and displaced families. Security agencies confirm ongoing operations to restore order. The group urged investigations and relief support for affected communities, emphasizing the need to protect lives and property, and also to prevent future attack on pastoral communities in the state. The German government approved the second phase of a project to strengthen Nigeria's Chamber of Commerce and also expand youth skill development. Announced in Abuja, the initiative will enhance vocational and IT training, promote local and international employment, and also support innovation whole. Nasima emphasized benefits for youth employability and reduce illegal migration. The project also fosters German-Nigerian trade through B2B conferences and trade missions, aiming to expand economic collaboration and entrepreneurship opportunities nationwide. At the Lagos International Trade Fair, President Bola Tinubu assured local and foreign investors of Nigerians' business readiness. He highlighted stable policies, digitalized ports, efficient permits, and improved tax system. Represented by the Minister of State for Industry, he emphasized the potential of made-in-Nigeria products. Lagos Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, he highlighted the state's efforts to strengthen trade, support MSMEs, and attract global partnerships. The fair showcased opportunities for investments, innovations, and sustainable economic growth. The Deputy Superintendent Sani Yakubu of the NSCDC was arraigned by the ICPC before the Kaduna State High Court for allegedly diverting 1.7 million naira belonging to Mrs. Venika Idoko. Yakubu pleaded guilty and the case was adjourned to November 12, 2025 for judgment. ICPC stressed that public officers who abuse positions for personal gain face persecution. The case served as a warning against corruption and emphasizes accountability in Nigeria's public service sector. The Cross River State government intensified its clampdown on illegal mining in Akankwa local government area, arresting over 40 suspects during coordinated operations by the Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force. Chairman Prince Paul Efong said about 60 suspects have been apprehended in 3 months, warning that many illegal miners, some armed and from outside the state, have infiltrated local communities. The government urged residents to report suspicious activity to protect mineral-rich forest reserve. Governor Alex Otti of Abia State approved a new allowance structure for NYSC members serving in the state. Monthly payment rose from 4,000 naira to a maximum of 50,000 naira. All corps members will now receive a 20,000 naira base allowance with additional payment for state establishments, medicals, and teaching personnel. The government said the increments align with broader youth empowerment efforts and also strengthen public service capacity, aiming to improve welfare and motivate participants serving in various sectors. The Ondo Foundation has begun rehabilitating public primary schools across Nigeria to improve access to quality early education. 10 early childhood care and development centers were upgraded in Port Harcourt, featuring renovated classrooms, child-friendly furniture, digital learning aids, playgrounds, and teachers training under the Learn Novate Seat initiative. The Rivers State Universal Basic Education Board commended the effort, noting its impact on early learning outcome and capacity building for children, teachers, and communities. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria completed inspection of hotels and catering facilities in Medina ahead of 2026 Hajj, led by Commissioner Abubakar Gawal. The exercise checked accommodation standards, safety measures, and compliance with Saudi and NACOM regulations. Over 20 hotels and several catering centers were inspected. NACOM chairman, Professor Abdullahi Usman, emphasized professionalism, transparency, and commitment to pilgrims' welfare and service quality, ensuring a smooth and safe Hajj experience. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu urged 300 graduates of the Renewed Hope Initiative and Hawaii Women in Tech program to leverage digital skills for community development. Speaking in Abuja, she emphasized continuous learning, mentorship, and innovation. The initiative, spanning Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones, equipped women entrepreneurs for the digital economy. Hawaii and NITDA leaders praised the program's role in empowering women, driving national progress, and fostering inclusive economic growth. Ogun State Police dismantled a Cameroonian human trafficking syndicate in Mowe, arresting 2 suspects, while the main culprit remains at large. Victims were lured with visa processing promises and held for ransom. One escaped to alert authorities. Police urge vigilance, community engagement, and monitoring suspicious foreigners. The incident highlights ongoing cross-border human trafficking challenges, emphasizing law enforcement coordination, preventive measures, and public awareness to protect vulnerable populations. The Federal Housing Authority launched the Renewed Hope Housing Estate in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, with Governor Omo Eno and FHA CEO Ayetunde Ojo in attendance. The project aimed to provide affordable, quality homes nationwide under President Tinubu's initiative. FHO plans similar estates across all 6 geopolitical zones. Governor Eno pledged site security, while the scheme is expected to generate jobs, stimulate local growth, and address the housing deficit, providing residents with modern, sustainable living spaces. The Nigerian Immigration Service, in collaboration with police and other agencies, educated Leila residents in Sokoto on the dangers of illegal migration campaign, highlighting migrant smuggling risks, including forced labor, prostitution, and death. Officials encourage legal migration procedures, valid passports, and visas, while families were urged to guide youth against irregular migration. Participants were taught to recognize traffickers and cooperate with the authorities, promoting safety and discouraging the exploitation of vulnerable migrants. Kaduna State will host the pilot phase of the Nigerian-China Poultry Project, a $450 million initiative projected to create over 350,000 jobs. Governor Uba Sani announced the project with Chinese Ambassador Yu Duhain, covering 7,000 hectares for maize and soya beans cultivation to support poultry feeds. Construction begins in December under the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Fund, aiming to boost agricultural productivity, food security, and broad-based economic growth across Kaduna and Nigeria. The Standards Organization of Nigeria inaugurated its Niger State headquarters in Minna. Governor Mohammed Bago hailed the project as a symbol of progress and national development. SON State Coordinator Hawa Yusuf emphasized efficiency and accessibility, while SON DG Ifani Okeke linked the initiative to the Renewed Hope agenda. The headquarters is expected to enhance consumer safety, threat excellence, and national growth across manufacturing, agriculture, and service sectors, ensuring products meet international standards. Stay tuned. Some of the most exciting stories are just around the corner. After this brief commercial break, every update is one you won't want to miss. Please don't go away.
Ubangiji ya albarkaci jihar Taraba da walwalcin ƙasar noma ga kuma ɗimbin albarkatun ƙasa bila adadin. Sai dai irin waɗannan dukkanin abinda Ubangiji ya samar domin samar da kyakkyawar fata ga jihar ta Taraba, ana samun wasu munanan ɗabi'u na sare dazuzzuka da tone-tonen ramumuka domin ɗebo albarkatun ƙasan da hakan ke matukar barazana ga muhalli da kuma al'ummar da cikin Taraba da ma dabbobi da suke cikinta. Wannan ko na iya lalata dukkan wani tsari ko dabaru da aka samar domin kyautata rayuwar bil'adama da mara dabbobi. Wannan illar na dada tozartawa da kuma lalata dukkanin wurare da ake da su, ga lalata ruwa da muhalli da ke zama barazana ga rayuwar dabbobi na cikin ruwa da kuma na tudu da ma jama'a da ke kan wannan. Hakan na iya zama kuma wani abin da ke iya lalata kyakkyawar fata da ake da ita na kyautata rayuwar al'umma musamman da yara da ma dabbobi. A irin wannan ne gwamnatin jihar Taraba gargashin Dr. Abu Kefo ta samar da wata wani kwamiti mai karfin fada aji da doka ta baiwa dama ya tabbatar da cewa ya takaita ayyukan saran dazuzzuka da tone-tone albarkatun ƙasa ba bisa ka'ida ba. Bisa wannan ne kuma wannan kwamiti ya tashi haikan domin tabbatar da an bi doka da aka zayyana na tabbatar da kare dazuzzuka da sauran albarkatun ƙasa da ubangiji albarkaci wannan jiha da ita domin samarwa matasa da kuma iyalai aikin yi idan aka bi ka'ida wurin bin matakai da za su dace da yadda ake tono albarkacin ƙasa da kuma sare dazuzzuka a bisa ka'ida, wanda hakan zai iya taimakawa ci gaba da kuma bunƙasa rayuwar jama'a da kuma fitar da Tarabar a idon duniya. A bisa wannan ake yin kira ta musamman ga al'ummar jihar Taraba da su tabbatar da cewa sun bi tsari da dabaru da aka tanadar. Ana kuma kira da amfani da sarakunan gargajiya da maluman addini da sauran jagororin al'umma da suke da alhakin kula da irin waɗannan al'ummomi da kuma ke zama tare da tabbatar da sun sanya ido sosai wurin ganin an kawar da dukkan wani kalubale da muhalli ke fuskanta. Ana kuma kira nan take ga sarakunan gargajiya da maluma na addini da su waro al'umma kai, musamman waɗanda suke jagoranta, domin nuna musu matukar illa da waɗannan sare-saren dazuzzuka da tono albarkatun ƙasa ba bisa ƙa'ida ba suke yi, kuma su ilmantar da jama'a domin amfanin su wadda mara misaltuwa ne. Ana kuma karfafa musu gwiwa da cewa duk lokacin da suka ga wani aiki da ya shafi irin wannan mummunan aiki da su handarsa samar da hukumomi ta yin amfani da wannan layi 080066181020. 'Yan Taraba a haɗa hannu tare domin tabbatar da an tsirar da jihar kuma an kawar da tsarin na tono albarkatun ƙasa da sare-saren dazuzzuka ba bisa ƙa'ida ba, domin ɗorewar ci gaban jihar Taraban da kuma samar da albarkatunta da moriyarta ga dukkanin al'umma. Wannan sako ne da ya fito daga hukumar nan da take sanya ido da hana sare dazuzzuka ba bisa ƙa'ida ba.
Welcome back. We are glad you're still here with us. On the international news, Cameroon 92-year-old President Paul Biya was sworn in for an 8th term, promising to restore order following post-election violence. Biya, who officially won 54% of votes against Issa Chiroma Bekri, condemned unrest and urged national unity, while pledging to address corruption, security, and issues affecting women and youth. Protests erupted over alleged fraud leaving at least 14 deaths and over 1,200 arrested. Critics accuse Biya of decades-long authoritarian rule. The Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg has barred operations the Dula and its leaders from harassing, intimidating or assaulting foreign nationals in South Africa. Justice Leicester Adams ruled the group's actions unlawful and unconstitutional, prohibiting demands for identifications, interference with schools or health care, and also hate speech. Nigeria in South Africa welcomed the judgment, describing it as a major step in protecting migrants' rights and also reinforcing the country's constitutional commitment to equality and non-discrimination. The European Union has tightened visa rules for Russian citizens, citing growing security concern linked to the war in Ukraine. Under the new measures, Russians will no longer receive multiple entry visas and must apply each time they wish to travel to the EU, allowing closer scrutiny. Exceptions will apply for independent journalists and human rights defenders. The policy follows increased fears of hybrid threats and drone-related disruptions across several European countries. On business news, One Act Front, a non-profit supporting smallholders farmers, reaffirmed its commitment to Kwara State by providing quality seeds, fertilizers, credit, and modern agricultural training. At the Kwara Harvest Day events, the NGO highlighted its goal of boosting productivity and livelihoods. Since entering Nigeria in 2018, it now serves over 400,000 farmers nationwide. In Kwara, credit programs and innovative farming practices aim to improve yield, while partnership with local authorities ensure security and operational efficiency. Entertainment news. American rapper Kanye West, legally known as Ye, has apologized to the Jewish community for his past anti-Semitic remark during a private meeting with Rabbi Yeshayahu Yosef Pinto in New York, citing personal struggles, including bipolar disorder. Ye expressed profound remorse and likened his effort to repairing a house, pledging to rebuild trust brick by brick, and Rabbi Pinto praised Ye's humility, highlighting the importance of taking responsibility and fostering reconciliation and peace. Sport news. Football star Cristiano Ronaldo has explained his absence from the funeral of late teammate Diogo Jota, citing personal reasons and a desire to avoid media attention. In an interview with Piers Morgan, the 40-year-old Al-Nars caption says he has not visited cemeteries since his father's death and chose private mourning with his partner, Georgina Rodriguez. Ronaldo expressed discomfort with public figures using sensitive moments for media appearance. That concludes today's broadcast. But before we go, here is a quick recap of the major headlines. Residents across Anambra engage in last-minute shopping and travel ahead of Saturday's governorship election, with major markets and motor parks crowded, long queues at fuel stations and ATMs, fully booked hotels, and heightened security, ensuring a smooth process. The Wike-aligned PDP function appointments Senator Mao Umwahi as Board of Trustees Chairman and Honorable Isa Dansidi as Secretary, emphasizing neutrality and integrity amidst internal party crisis, while State Chairman reaffirms loyalty to the Damagong-led NWC. The German government approved the second phase of a project to strengthen Nigerians' chambers of commerce and expand youth skill development, enhancing vocational and IT training, promoting employment, and fostering German-Nigerian trade collaboration through B2B conferences and trade missions. On international news, Cameroon's 92-year-old President Paul Biya was sworn in for an 8th term, promising national unity and addressing corruption, security, and social issues. Following post-election unrest that left at least 14 dead and over 1,200 arrested. And on business news, One Agrofone reaffirmed its commitment to Kwara State, providing quality seeds, fertilizer, credit, and modern agricultural training to improve productivity and livelihoods for smallholders farmers across the region. Entertainment news. American rapper Kanye West, legally known as Ye, apologized to the Jewish community for past anti-Semitic remarks, expressing remorse and pledging to rebuild trust, while Rabbi Yeshua Yosef Pinto praised his humility and commitment to reconciliation. And in sports, football star Cristiano Ronaldo explained his absence from the funeral of late teammate Diogo Jota, citing personal mourning preference and a desire to avoid media attention, spending a day privately with his partner, Georgina. Thank you for staying with us today. I remain Bridget James. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Turabo Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills